All right. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and the brothers abroad who teach and rule well. Um, in this video, I wanted to touch up on so-called cryptocurrency, that's digital currency, right? Um, because this is all just one step closer to the mark of the beast, right? And if you've been watching the news, it's constantly in the news because last I would say the last few years, cryptocurrency, right, has been blowing up big time in popularity and in people's investment portfolios. So what they put real money into, right, uh, to hopefully make a gain or a return on it, right? So it's really popular right now, and it's been in the headlines, like I said, for the last few years, big time. And but here in this last week, as I'm going to show you, I would say last week or so, maybe this month, this whole last month, or this month of May, right? These governments, right? Major governments, major countries, they're making power moves, right? On these digital currencies. The most popular one, of course, being Bitcoin, but there's tons of them out there. And they're making moves, right? Because they have to establish this so-called new world order, right? Esau Edom, so-called white man, the so-called white race, has to usher in his uh his version of heaven, or his kingdom, where everyone's, you know, under his eye, right? And completely controlled, and even marked, right, with his mark, right? The mark of a man, the RFID microchip. That's where all this bullshit is leading to: the COVID, the vaccine, digital currency, vaccine passports. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google, Google the keywords that I'm saying, right? And look more into it. Okay, but in this video, I wanted to go into what's happening with cryptocurrency here in Babylon and elsewhere. All right. So let's go ahead and get it started with, you know, pretty much the most famous, you know, precept or precepts out there right now are these right here, because of how relevant it is. So even your modern day Christians, your wacky tacky Christians, and people who don't even believe, right, who aren't believers, are bringing up these precepts, right, because they see prophecy unfolding. Okay. All right. So Lord willing, this video is edifying. Revelations 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right, so this is where we're getting to, okay? This is the line, right? This is the line that's drawn in the sand, okay? Because Jake, when I say Jake, that means Israel, right? Uh, Israel in this present day, right? They go by bywords, right? And Esau, Edom, the so-called white race, has given us different names and different titles, right? So Israel today would be the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? Uh, Also, there's Israelite foreigners, right, who are the descendants of Israelites throughout any and all nations, that can have the physical appearances of any nation, of any race, right? But they're descendants of the true biblical Israelites, which, to reiterate today, right, as a majority, right, are the people who you see walking around who are calling themselves blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, or Native Americans, right? Those are the true biblical Israelites. And then those who appear as other races but descend from those same people. All right. So, All right, I digress. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. All right, so Esau, Edom, so-called white race, he's trying to bring in his kingdom, right? In order to do that, he has to have complete control over not only the heathen nations in the world, but also Israel, right? So he wants to tag Israel, right? Brand them like cattle, tag them, tag them like he does animals out in the wilderness, right? And put a chip in them to track them, you know. And when you look at it spiritually, right, you can even look at it like metaphorically, if you will, right? If you submit yourself to Esau, Edom, right, the so-called white man, right, then you are rejecting, right, the Heavenly Father. Okay, so you Israelites are refusing. If you accept this mark, the mark of the beast, the RFID chip, right, you are rejecting your heritage, right, your nationality, which is Israelite, and your power, right, your God, your Most High God, uh, Yahweh, right, and His Son Yahweh Shai, right. Those are their names in the Paleo Hebrew, and you are declaring yourself as belonging to Satan. Okay, now Satan means adversary, right? Which we say enemy these days. Okay, so you're submitting yourself to the enemy or the adversary or Satan, right? Because the nation of Edom is the adversary or enemy of the nation of Israel, right? Edom descends from Esau, right? And Israel descends from Jacob, okay? And they've been enemies since the womb, and you can read that in Genesis, all right? 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And that's what we're going to get into, is this entire digital currency, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and so on, right? It's it's all Satan's devices, right? Whether these demons are seeing eye to eye, whether these companies or these groups or these bankers are seeing eye to eye or not, right? It's all Satan's devices, and it's all leading to, ultimately, along with the vaccinations and the COVID passports and whatever else you have out there, it's all leading to this mark of the beast, which they absolutely have to implement, right? Before before the return of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, I'll prove that. Just bear with me. Cause don't let this damn demon, don't let Satan fool you, right? The nation of Edom, the so-called white race, man. They're liars, man, manipulators. They're doing an acting job, right? But they know who they are, right? And they know they're running out of time. Revelations 12:12, right? Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, the accuser, right, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Now, devil, diablos, means accuser or slanderer. So if you take this man's chip, as soon as you take it, he's going to accuse you before the Most High, before the Heavenly Father, man, and you're going to be cut off, all right? So for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, and no one is more wrathful than this damn demon, right? Pillaging, robbing, raping, murdering, and lying to gain power and control over the entire earth, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. This devil knows that he's on a time crunch, right? Because he's on a time crunch, he's got to wheel and deal and move fast and create all kinds of events and all kinds of tools and devices to move towards, his mark. implementing his mark, right? The mark of the beast, okay? Before the Son of Man returns, right? Okay, let's get into it. Okay, this was 23 hours ago. And these younger guys that I work with, and then like, even family members and stuff, right? Uh, talk about crypto, keep up with crypto, and even invest in crypto, right? Cryptocurrencies, digital currencies. And I try telling them, man, the rug's gonna get pulled out from underneath your feet, and you're gonna fucking lose whatever you got in there, right? Whether it be a little, whether it be a lot, but it's not gonna be around for too long, because these nations, as I'm gonna bring out, these nations who are bringing out their own digital currency and banning cryptocurrency, they're not gonna tolerate the shit. All right, it's it's child's play to them. All right, it's people, it's play school money, it's monopoly money. Well, it's all ultimately monopoly money, but the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So right now, Esau Edom, right, the wicked, it's what he wants to deem as currency, right? Because it's his power to do so. Okay, and then these cryptocurrencies, right, counter that, or they're adversaries to that, right? So being being that given that Esau Edom is in control right now, right, and has been given power over the earth and currency, right, he can just wipe it out when he doesn't want it around anymore. All right, so Federal Reserve is likely to create a digital currency, and this is in the United States as of 23 hours ago. Okay, Goldman Sachs chief economist weighs in on the likeliness of the Federal Reserve here in the U.S. creating a digital currency. They have to, man. They have to. All right. Now, this 100% shutdown that happened during COVID, for a moment in time, that was all a part of it, right? You know, and I'm speaking as a man, but this is what I truly believe, is that they had to make it. They had to make the eventual collapse of the economy and the dollar seem like they couldn't help it, or it was an accident and it was due to COVID, and they had to do the right thing and shut everything down, right? It's all bullshit, okay? You see what I'm saying, right? It's an act, it's a show, okay? Can't believe it. That was something they had to do, right? That, and along with what was it? Uh, they added, like, man, they added trillions and trillions and trillions. I'm talking about, they added like $7 trillion, if I'm not mistaken, to the national debt in a little bit over a year, which is fucking ridiculous, right? Which is causing the inflation that's going on right now. Okay? So all of it, the stimulus checks, the relief packages that they passed, the trillions they threw on the debt, companies they shut down, the little mom pops that went under, all these retail shops and mall stores that went under, all of it, all of it was completely, this devil's not making any mistakes. It was completely planned, right? He's got to move forward to implementing the mark, right? Right, which one of the purposes that this mark is going to serve is digital currency, right? Or is going to be used as digital currency, right? Okay, so these are the moves that the devil is making because he has such a short time, man. All right, so there we go, man. America's talking about it, man, and not but 3 weeks ago, right? In other articles, and you can look this up, in other places, in other articles, they were saying, nah, we don't need that. We don't need that. Back when India was talking about it and China was talking about it, making moves, right? You know, the Federal Reserve and its members were coming out saying, nah, we're not thinking about that. Look at it. Weeks later, yeah, we're bringing it out. See, you can't, this devil got a forked tongue, man. You can't believe shit. Nothing is what it seems. The market is based on speculation, and it's bullshit, man. When this COVID popped off, The Federal Reserve sat there and pumped millions and millions and millions into the market for it to survive, for it to be propped up. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Fiat currency is fake, right? Now a bunch of empty dollars are out there in circulation causing inflation, man. Like, it's not real. Okay? And from one day to the next, it's gonna become not real. Because right now you can take your money and go buy your fucking cheeseburger, but from one day to the next, that's your money's not gonna be worth shit. You can't even burn it. It don't even burn good, right? All right. Feds Brainard pushes digital dollar as central bank currency, race heats up. All right, so this is something that they're doing on a world scale, right? World banks, central banks, and the Federal Reserve here in the United States, man. Why? It has to. It has no other choice. There is no healing the U.S. dollar, man. Right? And they ruined it on purpose, right? All right. So their only option, which was the plan all along, is to go digital, man. Basically reset, right? Start over with a whole different currency, man, which is going to be a digital one, all right? Back to Revelations 13:17. And that no man might buy or sell save that he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. There it is, man. The hell are they talking about? You know? You for you dicks out there that know the truth and are in the truth, if you still, going on with your investments, man, and you're fucking keeping track of digital currencies got money in it, man, you need to do some serious reflection, man. And even if it's like a few $100 or whatever the case may be, like, you really out of this world, you know what I'm saying? Have you really separated from this world, man? Have you done as much as you could as far as you know putting away your worldly ambitions and your worldly lust? Like, have you really worked on that? It's something you need to ask yourself. All right, because it's getting serious. All right. China, this was 23 hours ago. China will likely ban all Bitcoin mining soon. Why? Because the digital yuan. All right, they have implemented their digital currency, man, and they got to crack down. Why would they want an adversarial system out there? Why would they want a enemy, so to speak, an opposing digital currency within their borders? Makes no sense, right? All right. India to propose cryptocurrency ban penalizing miners, traders. Right? There we go. The digital rupee. It's out there, bro. Okay. The bill would give holders of cryptocurrencies up to 6 months to liquidate. That means to get the hell out of the market, make your money, right? Liquidate, turn it into real money, right? Which their money is the rupee, right? After which penalties will be levied, said the official who asked not to be named. All right. So step one, they create their own. Step two, they pass legislation banning any other citizens to participate in any way with a cryptocurrency or a digital currency that is not of that country's, coming from that country's Federal Reserve or central bank or what have you. All right. Digital yuan won't replace dollar, ex-Bank of China chief says. All right. But China's way ahead of the United States, man. The United States has fucking hella problems that it's not admitting as far as their economy goes. So China is, like Trump says, China is eating fucking America's lunch, bro. China owns a lot of America. The Arab Emirates own a lot of America, bro. There's a lot of foreign entities that own fucking America, bro. Americans are just too fucking stupid to see it. When your country is $30 trillion in debt, that means you're in debt and there's debtors, right? There's people who you owe that money to, right? The countries, right, that America owes this money to, most of them happen to be their enemy, bro, or their ally who is actually their enemy, bro. All right. 3 days ago, China's digital yuan not designed to replace U.S. dollar, right? Well, look, they got it, man. Why China banned cryptocurrency but backs digital yuan? There you go, man. You got to get rid of your competition, right? Why the fuck would they create their own digital currency in their own country and then let the competition just run around like fucking crazy, right? Hell no. Okay. And like I said, this is like within the last 3 days, like within this week. Okay. Digital currency has been a thing for a long time now, and it's been hot the last few years. But I'm talking about within the last 3 weeks and the last few days, right? These countries are making moves. All right. So it's something to pay attention to. And the Federal Reserve of the United States, that was just not even a day, like not even 24 hours ago, right? Is when they put that out. Everybody's fucking eyebrows should have shot the fuck up and been like, wait, what? Yeah, we're headed to it, man. Here it is, all right? Here it is. And everyone said it wouldn't happen, it's not gonna happen, scoffing and mocking their ass off, and here it is. All right. Now, this is something I like to hear right here. All right, let's see. Fucking Esau with his ads, like I don't know if y'all have noticed, but the devil, Esau, Edom, look at this eagle, you know, Edom meaning red, is getting desperate, man. Is getting so fucking desperate. They're like cashing out, bro. So they're constantly badgering you with fucking ads, right? Buy this, buy this, buy this. They're just nickel and diming your ass because they're ready to cash out. They know America's on its way out. All right. The governor of the Bank of England has said that cryptocurrencies have no intrinsic value, and people who invest in them should be prepared to lose our money. The governor of the Bank of England. So who the fuck are these shitheads? 20-somethings, bro. 30-somethings. They're talking about coming up, securing the bag, flipping the bread. Like, who fuck are you, man? Bro, prepare to lose all your fucking money. That's what the devil just said, man. Alright? Andrew Bailey, who has been in control of the bank since 2020, made the comments as part of a press conference where he was asked about the future of crypto. They have no intrinsic value. That doesn't mean to say people don't put value on them, like fucking baseball cards or some shit. Like it's just a piece of paper, but somebody's gonna value it for whatever fucking reason. Because they can have an extrinsic value, but they have no intrinsic value, Bailey said. Alright, cool. That's the devil telling you bullshit, alright? Fucking illusion, alright? Now, like I said, digital currencies that the countries themselves are coming out with, digital dollar, digital yuan, digital rupee, alright? That's leading to the mark of the beast, okay? As far as digital currencies established by the nations and the beast system, if you will, alright? Alright, now what I want to talk about is these cryptocurrencies, the Bitcoin, the Dogecoin, the opposition to these nations' digital currency, right? Speaking as man, it is my 100% belief that it is controlled opposition, man. Like I said, or like the scriptures say, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. This is Esau's time to rule, so-called white man's time to rule. This is his time to rule, right? So something would not be around if he didn't let it be around, alright? So we scroll up, and they give credit to Lenin, right? To Lenin for this quote, but I'm just using the words themselves, right? So I don't know if Lenin actually said this, but this is a method of control, right? That Esau, Edom, so-called white man, he uses. The best way to control the opposition is to lead it ourselves. Okay? So that means you're gonna create the opposing force, right? You're gonna create the enemy to your cause, right? You're gonna create it, and align themselves to the opposition, right? Who are against, let's say, the United States government and their digital currency, right? The people who are against that, they're going to do what? Well, they're going to have their own digital currency, their cryptocurrency called Bitcoin, Dogecoin, so on and so forth, right? Little do they know that the heads, right, of the Federal Reserve, the World Bank, the IMF, central banks, and all these financial elites across the world, their JOOs, they actually created, they actually own, operate, and run the opposition. The Bitcoin and so on and so forth, they're actually running that shit. All right, because like I said, it wouldn't be around if they didn't want it around. Okay, why? Because they're gonna learn the ins and outs of a digital currency before they implement their own digital currency for a nation and eventually a group of nations, right? The B system. Okay? So they've had years and years and years, decades of wheeling and dealing in digital currency, right? And now they're ready to implement a nation's digital currency and eventually the mark of the beast because they've used, right, the control opposition, which they created and they operate, right? They used it for its purpose, right? Leading the people astray, misinformation, and doing research on how digital currencies work and how people use them and react to them. All right? Controlled opposition, man. All right, cool. Controlled opposition, right? So a lot of so-called black people, Israelites, right? Black and brown people, Israelites, right? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are in support of BLM or Black Lives Matter, right? No one's black, okay? It's actually a a very negative term put on, put on the dark skinned people of Israel, right? Amazon announced it would donate $10 million to social justice organizations. Along with that, the company issued a tweet that said the inequitable and brutal treatment of black people must stop. Let's scroll up. Yep. Bezos said to the customer, Black Lives Matter. Doesn't mean that other lives don't matter. Black Lives Matter speaks to racism and disproportionate risks that black people face in our law enforcement and justice system. So when you hear this, right, if you're not in the truth or you're not paying attention to what's being said, right, you're going to think that this is a good thing, right? No, he's controlling the opposition. If he throws money into something, you want to know what's running something, just follow the money, man. It's all about the money. The money is where the power and control stems from, right? All right, so this is a form of controlled opposition, right? If Bezos throws 10 million at BLM and other groups like BLM, right, he can essentially control, right, the opposition. Okay. Also, another thing is he's going to fund something that is manipulating and lying to the people, right? Because no one's black, right? He's perpetuating, he's propagating this term black, right? No one's black. Everyone's brown, light brown to dark brown, right? Why would he do that? Just one of the several reasons why he would do that, right? Is so brown people, right, who descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob will not come back to their nationality. Like I said, this is just one of a million reasons as to why he's going to do it. Because BLM has a lot of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and even other races completely blinded with their movement, right? Their social justice movement. And they're ignoring who they really are. They're ignoring the fact that they're actually descendants of Israel, which is the truth, and this is a lie. So if it controls the opposition, lie going, right? He can keep a lie going for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans so they stay asleep and they don't wake up to who they are. But at the same time, because they're being deceived, they think they're doing good by being a part of this movement, which the devil funds. All right. Now, there's another quote down here that I accidentally found, but that's the spirit. Karl Marx, right? Who the leaders of Black Lives Matter, being females, study this man and are self-proclaimed Marxists. You can look that up. All right. Keep people from their history, and they are easily controlled because you have no knowledge yourself, man. Right? You don't know who you are. You don't know what your culture is, your heritage, your laws, statutes, commandments. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing according to the race that you are, according to the nation that you are. No, you're not an individual. You're not a fucking hipster. You're not a fucking goddamn non-binary. You're not a fucking American. Man, you can fucking go on and on and on. You're not a Texan, Floridian, Californian, New Yorker. You're none of those things. You're not a baller. You're not a gangster. You're not a homie. You're not a thug. You're not none of that. You're not Mexican. You're not a wetback. You're not a fucking Honduran. You're none of that fucking shit. Because all that shit is vain. There's nothing in it. There's nothing behind it. Right? Except destruction and being blind. Right? You are a part of the nation Israel. Right? You are an Israelite. Right? If your spirit bears witness with the Holy Scriptures, right? You sincerely believe in Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai, right? His Son. You are an Israelite. Okay? So keep people from their history and they are easily controlled. Controlled opposition. Controlled opposition. Controlled opposition. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, Dogecoin, so on and so forth. Controlled opposition. By who? The digital yuan, the digital rupee, and the digital dollar, right? Why? Because they have to make steps towards what? The mark of the beast, all right? Revelation 13 and 17. It's all coming together, right? And it's all coming to a climax. It's coming to the point, right? It may seem like a bunch of confusion that COVID has nothing to do with the digital yuan. These vaccines have nothing to do with Bitcoin. It all has everything to do with each other, and it's coming to the point. And the point is Revelation 13, 16, and 17. And he, right, Esau, Edom, he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. For what reasons? And that no man buy or sell save that he had marked. Salakia. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Alright? Traveling, money. Oh, you can't get on a plane? Why? COVID. Vaccinations. Vaccine passports. Proof of being tested or vaccinated. Oh man, you can't buy this. Why? Because we don't fucking deal with paper money no more, or metal, right? Or coin, silver. We don't deal with that no more. What are you dealing with? The digital dollar. Okay, well, now I have to have something that holds my digital dollars and holds my digital vaccine passport, as well as my identification and my history, which is tied to my identification, legal history, right? Because don't the pigs, they pull you over, ask you for your license, go run your license, they can see what? Your legal history, right? Your run-ins with the law. Oh man, looks like we have to create something that's going to encompass all that. The devil, man, he's tacky. He's tacky, and he's obvious, man. That's why he has to keep you completely distracted and mindlessly fucking entertained with bullshit, man. Pure bullshit. You can't let it suck you in, dude. Alright, now with that, I hope this video was edifying. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kadash. Give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, right? And the brothers and brothers that are pushing this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect, because that's what we are. We're the hopeful elect. That's another thing. You got to stay humble. You know, you can't get big-headed thinking you know something, right? Because you fucking don't, all right? And that you made it because you fucking haven't, all right? It's the hopeful elect, right? Meekness and humility are going to go a long way in these last days, man. Look those words up, okay? Like I said, I hope this video was edifying. I spent the last 2, maybe 3 weeks, you know, just listening and watching and hearing about this. And it's all, like, yeah, there's other things going on, right? What's going on in Israel and, you know, between Israel and the Palestinians. But this right here, right? Is, you know, that's wars and rumors of wars. But this right here is one giant ass leap towards the mark of the beast. Bringing in a fake ass virus, shutting down the fucking planet. Huge fucking step. This is another huge fucking step. All right. So you gotta be paying attention, man. Right? You can't be ignorant to Satan's devices. And with that, I want to say death to America, man. And it cannot